Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this video, what is under, okay. This video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be picking out my Maynia pieces. So I hope that you can see, let me try moving my sewing machine a little bit further out of the way so I have a little bit of room over there. So we're going to be picking out my Maynia pieces today, and I'm going to show you guys what I have. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit the bin up here, but I'm going to explain everything. I was going to do this as a face-to-face video, and then I decided not to at the last minute. There's several reasons, but partly because I think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this video all right now. So that's like my only thing. So, okay, let me see how I can best show you guys this. What I have here. Let me pick you guys up. I just don't want to like show too much stuff that doesn't need to be shown. And the way my camera is, I can't quite okay, so this is my Maynia bin, you guys. Everything that I have been hoarding for Maynia, all of the patterns that I've purchased. You can see that some of them are like pushed back here, so I'm flipping through more than what looks like is in here. And I'm pretty sure there's more pieces in here than I need to start Maynia. So let's see how much I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 pieces in here. And this doesn't include all of my whips. It's just included the stuff that I've specifically set aside for Maynia, things that I know that I want to have more done on than my other whips are concerned. Now, I'm hoping that I can get Chopping Mall and the Monopoly game board done before May, but if I don't, then I think for May I'm just going to give those a break. So this is my big bin. So I'm going to set my big bin aside. I'm going to angle you guys back down because I'm in my pajamas, my Harry Potter pajamas, and you guys don't need to be seeing any of that. Plus my printer's in the way, so this angle down here works a little bit better. So I am still drinking my coffee, so let me turn this around. So I'm also going to get a piece of paper and a pen because I do want to write down everything as far as Maynia is concerned. So let me flip through my planner where I try to keep track of things, but I don't. It just doesn't happen that way. I'm going to go to, actually, I'm going to go to May and work on the notes page in May. Is it at the beginning or the end that has the most room? They're the same. So I'm going to go through the beginning and I'm going to use May. I'm going to use a pencil just in case, because I want it to look as neat as I can possibly get it. I'm going to put this over here by me. Okay. Now, I do want you guys to know, so there's a couple of things for Maynia that I'm going to have another planner that I'm keeping track of stuff in. So for Maynia is typically the 1st through the 15th. Now, because I'm a full-time college student, I don't think I'm going to do the 1st through the 15th because I have at least 3 of my finals are scheduled between the 12th and the 15th. And I just, if I'm so focused on starting all of these pieces every day or trying to do things every day for cross stitch, I'm going to set a goal of at least an hour a day. I'm going to set specifically May aside after finals to do just the cross stitch pieces. I'm not going to be doing any other crochet pieces or any other projects during that time. And so what I think I'm going to do, because I don't think it's going to leave me the adequate time that I'm going to need to study for finals and be as prepared as I need to be, I'm going to do the second half of May. So I'm going to do May 15th to May, whatever the last day of May is, the 30th or whatever, 31st. Because I feel like that's just going to give me the best result regarding May and starting pieces, because I don't want to skip a day and feel like it's a total fail, or skip several days because I don't have time. So if you guys didn't already know, if you're new here, I do go to school full time, aside from being a mom, a wife, a small business owner, making videos on YouTube, and all of the fun crafty things that I like to do, which include sewing, crochet, cross stitch, diamond painting. I'm taking 5 classes this semester, all of which are upper division college level classes. That means 300 and 400 level courses, which are no joke. So it is what it is. Now let's get started after that ridiculously lengthy intro. So let's see what we have here. So I got these bins from 31, by the way. They were on sale a couple of weeks ago, where you could get them for $12.50, which is a lot. I know I normally buy like the $4 ones from Walmart, but these were shaped differently where I could actually put my Q-snaps in here, because the Walmart ones, I can't fit my Q-snap in there. So, okay. So another thing real quick is, before I start getting into the project, what I'm going to do is that all of them are not going to be new starts. I don't want to have 20 whips ever. At any given point in time, I don't want to have 20 whips. And so I think the best way to prevent that is to not start 15 new pieces in May. So for May, I'm going to have I want to have at least half of these new starts, and then half of them are going to be whips, but whips that I just haven't dedicated a lot of time to. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to put everything that we choose into like a spinning wheel, and then every day I'm going to spin the wheel to let that determine which whip I'm going to work on that day. And then I'll take off that that piece for that specific project once it's already worked on, and put it aside, and then I won't work on it again. I was considering leaving it on there, but then I don't want to get to a point where I actually pick 15 new starts and then I keep getting the same 5 starts, like the 5 projects over and over and over, because I don't feel like that's going to be beneficial at all either. So okay, let's get started with what we have, so we can kind of narrow this down, because I have too many in here. And then the ones that we take out, if they're not started or kitted, they're going to go, or even if it's kitted, they might just go back into my pattern bin. And if it's one that I've already started, it might just go into my regular whip bin to work on any time. So the first 2 that I have that I know for sure that I am not taking out are the Bewitching Pixies. So we have, I know Gwen. Yeah, we have Gwen. And we have Electra, which I've showed you guys before. I know you can't really, I put her in the wrong way that you guys can't really see her, but these are the 2 that I have. And Electra is kitted up. I'm pretty sure I have all of the floss for her. Let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So I have all of the floss I need for Gwen. So she is kitted up and ready to go. Oh, she doesn't have material. And then for Electra, I mean, and then for Gwen, I don't have anything for her. So, and I don't have any of the numbers in my stash either, because they're either in other projects or I just don't have the floss for it right now. So for her, I'm just waiting on purchasing more floss and everything until I'm hoping that I can get some of my current whips finished, which include chopping mall, and everything else is ridiculously big, so I don't know if I'm going to actually even be able to finish it. Not that it's that much floss to do anyway. And then Last night, if you guys don't already know, Bestitch Me has Friday night, I can't remember what she calls it, Friday night something in her group where she posts new fabric albums, and you go and you can claim those pieces to purchase, and she, you know, it's yours. You have to just be the first person to say that it's yours. And I'm pretty sure I overdid it. I think I got at least 6 pieces. Not 100% sure, but I know that I got quite a bit. Some of them were just too gorgeous to pass up, that I don't have a specific project in mind, but I'm pretty sure that I found a piece of fabric that's going to be gorgeous for both of these, because I didn't want it to be brown like what is shown is here. Not that it's ugly. I actually really like it. And it says it's stitched on Milk Chocolate by Wishout. And it is a gorgeous color. Is this one stitched on Milk Chocolate as well? I can't see. Let's see what it says. Yep, the same, Milk Chocolate. So, yeah, it's not that it's not a gorgeous color. It is. But I just wanted something a little more witchy. So, I think I have the material for these ordered. And so as far as fabric is concerned, I am not going to purchase any more fabric until my Bestitch Me order comes in. And then I'm going to try to work with what I have in my stash. And if I specifically just don't have anything in my stash, then I'll see what I can do about that. I might dye a couple of my own pieces, which I will show you guys in my next Flosstube. I actually did dye some stuff. Actually, no, I'll just show you now, because one of them you're going to see, where is it? Yeah, one of them is in my thing. So I have dyed a couple of pieces already that are like, I'm still learning, but I think I found a new technique that I'm going to use instead. So there's that. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure I have the fabric for these. So these are staying in May, and I'm trying so hard not to touch these until May comes, because it is what it is. And then I want to pull out 2 more pieces that I know for sure are staying in May. Are the letters from Nora, the letter L, and the letter E. So these pieces are for sure staying in the month of May. I do not want to stitch these until we get closer to May, or at least when May is here. So for these also, I think I found a gorgeous piece of material that I think is going to work for both of them. These are stitched on different colors. This one is stitched on like a yellowish, it says Water Lily Linen from Wishout, and it's like a greenish, pale yellow kind of hue color to it. I don't know if you guys can tell with the reflection, but I picked up, and this one also says 32 count Water Lily Linen, but I am almost positive that these are not the same shade. Can you guys tell? Like, it's hard to put them close together, but the E is more tan and the L is more yellow, so I don't know what that's about. But oh, you guys can see it here. I don't know. I think it's very noticeable. It's kind of picking it up on camera. It's hard because the windows are right behind you guys. So, but yeah. So I think I found a gorgeous piece of fabric from Bestitch Me that I think is going to work. We're doing 16 count on both of these because they were stitched on 32. So I want to do 16. And then, but the only thing that I'm kind of iffy about that I'm still going to take note on that I might need is because some of these beads here on the top look like they might be pink and purple. I can't quite tell, and because I'm going to take a pause because my daughter woke up and wanted some cereal and stuff. So, like I was saying, the beads look like they might be pink and purple. And then her wings also look pink and purple in here, to like, because they're shading the E, like the back of the E. But her wings also have the same pink and purple kind of shading on them. And so that's the only thing that I think, because the piece of fabric that I chose from Bestitch Me looks like cotton candy. And so I don't know yet. So I'm going to write down that I need the floss for both of these, because I do need and the beads because I'm going to order these anytime between now and May. That's why these are also specifically staying in the Maynia bin, because of course I want to start them, but I didn't realize that they only used Classic Colorworks and there's no conversion. And I think, honestly, I think I'm just going to use the Classic Colorworks. I'm pretty sure I could find the conversion, but I want them to be as close as I can. So I'm just going to stick with it. I mean, it can't hurt to have some specialty floss in my stash, right? So those are also going in the For Sure Maynia bin. Now, we know we need the floss for those. Might have the Ada coming. Let's see. Okay. So this is another one that is in the Maynia bin right now, which is Winter at Sugar Hill from Praiseworthy Stitches. You guys, I'm obsessed with Praiseworthy Stitches. If I could have bought every pattern from Praiseworthy Stitches by now, I probably would have. Well, I mean, with as much as I've spent on everything else, I'm pretty sure I could have bought all of them if they were the only brand I bought. But I'm just picking and choosing which ones I can't have, like I can't live without until I can get all of them. So I love all of their winter scenes. So this is the one that I have for now. I think the cat got into something because my daughter's yelling. Our little cat is a pain in the butt. So, Winter at Sugar Hill. This one is just about completely kitted up. Let me see. I didn't bring my laptop out, but I'm pretty sure that this one is at least 85% kitted up. I want to say that there might be maybe 5 flosses that I need, so it might, you know, I'm 90% kitted, but this is everything that I need to start. I've got a huge chunk of the floss in here, and I do also have the fabric for it. This is hand-dyed by Rolanda that I specifically bought to work on this one because she had it on her website or on her Etsy shop, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was perfect. It is different shades of blue with either, I don't know, this might be like a navy or a purple mixed in. But, oh yeah, it's purple. But it's gorgeous. It totally reminds me of winter snow and will be used to stitch this. So, let's see. So, yeah, there is that. So, this is one of the ones that's kind of iffy because I have everything to start it. I might get a wild hair and want to start it. So, this, I'm going to put this right now in my maybe bin, which is going to go here because it's not a new start. Because remember, we talked about only doing about 7 new starts. So let's see. This is another one that I have partially kitted, or maybe fully. Maybe I only have all of, yeah, I think I have all the floss for this one, which is the Let It Snow by Barbara Anna Designs. Super gorgeous. This is another one that I think I'm going to put in the maybe bin because it's a small piece and I love it. And this is another one that I think I got the Ada from Be Stitch Me as well. So let me, actually I need to write that down because I need to remember which ones to compare the pieces for. So I know I got those ones. She didn't have any like Halloween-y ones, so it's pretty much going to be compared to everything. So this is on more of like a gray background, but it's kind of like a grayish tan. I don't know how to explain it. So originally I was going to try to use the same piece of fabric for, where is it? This one too. The Harvest Time, the Prairie Schooler Harvest Time, because I'm going to be doing the witch right here. And I thought if I could dye a piece of natural Ada or whatever I use to be like a very light tan color with some modeling of tan and white, then I think it's going to be perfect because this witch is completely shades of brown except for the pumpkins are a deep orange. But everything is brown. The witch is brown, the border is brown, the back stitching is brown. So I didn't want it to be anything too dark or anything like crazy. I have 3 of the flosses for this. I don't think I need very many. I think I might need 1 or 2 because I think she only has like 5 colors in her. So those are 3 of them that I have right there, which is, I don't have the brown, which I think the deep brown is like $8.98 or something. It's a green, a yellow, and a nice golden brown. So originally, okay, like I said, I was going for a completely different look here for these 2. And what I ended up with, so I dyed a piece of, I think this is 18 count Aida, and this is what I ended up with. Now, I know my mistake because I put these on a gridded, like, baking sheet, you know, those cooling racks, and I didn't rinse it before I dyed a piece of Aida before it. So I dyed a piece of Aida before, didn't rinse it, put this on there. So I ended up with a ton of red because the piece that I dyed before was red. Do you see all the red in here? It's ridiculous. Like, I just can't even believe like I made that mistake. I had a feeling I could have sworn that I rinsed it, and then I guess I didn't. So this piece of Aida that I had this left over from no idea what. I think the Super Mario one. And yeah, it just way too much red. And these little splotches of black were also from the Aida that I dyed before. So this is not going to work out for the Let It Snow. It's way too harvesty. So I'm definitely going to use part of it for the witch. I just don't know which side I want. I don't know if I want the more subtle side or if I want the darker side. With the floss, actually I think the floss will still show up pretty good on the darker one, because these ones are stitched on white. They're just stitched on a white background, and I don't like that. I don't want a white. It doesn't even say what they were stitched on. Let's see. They were stitched. It doesn't say, it just says that the fabric is courtesy of Weishelt. So there's that. So yeah. This is big enough for both of these projects, but like I said, I totally didn't even get what I wanted to get. So this still needs to be pressed, but for now, this is going into this bag to start in Maynia. And she does need, like I said, 1 or 2 gloss colors, so she's pretty much kitted. That's gonna go to Maynia. Now the Let It Snow, she's kitted with floss, but she doesn't have material. And I don't know if I got floss for her. I mean, I'm pretty sure I picked something from Bestitch Me, but I can't recall. The problem that I'm having with this one is there's so many colors in here that it's really limiting what I can put on the background. So there's, I don't even think it's black. No, it's not. It is coffee brown. There's 4 different shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What color is garnet? Is that like gold? So there's at minimum 5 shades of brown in here. So the scissors actually aren't black. They're brown. They're dark brown. You can see a lot of the browns already down here. So it limits what I can do because her dress is red. She has tan skin. The flowers are red. Her dress is also some kind of golden color. There's a darker golden color on the sign. Everything that you see that looks black is actually brown. And then we have white. And then there is some deeper brown in the leaves here of the tree. The flowers are also outlined in a deep red and a brighter red. The houses look to be white and gray. So, oh, and then there's even some yellow in the stars, a different shade of yellow than what's on her dress. So there's a lot going on in this. And I don't know, it's going to be hard to find a fabric. I even think that the fabric that they chose still doesn't show it because these stars up here at the top are very hard to see. So this is something that I'm still working on finding the fabric for, but that's probably a Maynia start. More than likely, it might be something that I have to start. All right, and then we have, okay, I'm going to get this one out of the way because she's definitely a Maynia start. I have this gorgeous fall fairy that I purchased on Mercari. I keep forgetting to put a link for Mercari below, so I'm going to do that in this video, just so I know a lot of people don't know what it is, but it's basically like eBay, except eBay you get a lot of like resellers and small businesses. Mercari is just people for the most part, at least in my experience, and it's so much nicer to be actually ordering from somebody who's actually destashing and not somebody who's trying to make a profit. So Fall Fairy from the Gold Collection, which is Dimensions. She's stunning. A lot of this background isn't stitched, which is awesome because it's the same color of the fabric. And I want to find the Spring Fairy at some point because she's so similar that they match. I don't know if they have all 4 seasons, but if they did, I hope to get my hands on all of them. And she's all kitted. The kind of blue-gray Ada, all the floss, some beads. So she's a Maynia start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that already puts me at 7, which the rest of the things that I have here make sense because I feel like I might want to start them between now and May. So I'm going to show you guys the rest of what I have. So you guys hear me talk about these all the time. I have Seedy Pumpkin Cottage and Bump Into Night from, again, Praiseworthy Stitches, because it's not a hoard, a pattern hoard, if you don't have any Praiseworthy Stitches. I'm obsessed, you guys, and the owners, they're phenomenal. I've had questions about the chart. I reached out to them on Instagram, and I am not even kidding you. I have gotten responses all in 5 minutes. Every time I respond, boom, response. Amazing customer service. And I honestly I can't wait to purchase more. What's the lady? I think it's like Tranquil Stitches. She's doing these videos where of picking her Maynia start every day. I don't ever want to have a stash that big, but I feel like I have to get all of the praiseworthy patterns that I just feel like I can't live without. So these are the 2 Halloween ones that I have so far. Because remember I said I wanted to stitch them on the same piece of Ada. I'm not going to do that. If at some point they're both done, maybe I can put them in the same frame. But they're gorgeous. I can't deal with these. So I tried ordering from Be Stitch Me some Ada that I thought might fit this. I don't think I was successful because she just didn't have anything Halloween-y. I do have a piece of Ada that might work. I talked about this in another video. I have this mystery piece of fabric that I got off of D-Stash. This is almost exactly what I was looking for going with this. Either something more like denim and white, like what's in here, or something like this. It's like a blue and green teal kind of color. So this is a possibility for this. I just haven't put it in here yet because this is a 16 count and I think I found 18 count pieces for these, but I'm not 100% sure. So again, I'm going to wait for my Be Stitch Me order to come in sometime next week, hopefully. I don't know how quickly she ships. And maybe I'll find some pieces there. I also have this Joblin from Crafty Kitten. It's way lighter than I want it to be, but I still feel like it's like mystery. It's brown, not brown, it's a green and purple, but it's very muted. I feel like this would also make a great color combination for it. My only thing is that I don't want to stitch both of these on this high count fabric because this is 28 count. So with the way that this is, I wouldn't be able to do I'd have to do 1/1. Or, yeah, I'd have to do 1/1 on this one. Yeah, this one's going to be out because I don't want to do 1/1. I think I'm going to save this for like a Heaven and Earth Designs or something. Okay, so there's that. And then I do have this piece. I'm just going to put this in here. This was 16 count, so 20 by 15. This might not even work on 16 count. 21 by 14. It would have to be in CD Pumpkin Cottage because it's 14 inches. 15 inches wouldn't work. I'm going to put that in there. These are going in the maybe bin because these knitting pieces, they have to start right away. So those are going over there. No problem with that. Also have, okay, so Long Dog Samplers, Death by Cross Stitch. I don't know what it is lately, you guys. This year seems to definitely be the year of the Quaker patterns. And I think I'm obsessed. I think I really like a lot of the Quaker style patterns. There's a lot of them that I don't like Rosewood Manor. I can't figure out if I like, I don't know if that's the name of the pattern or if that's the name of the company, but I know that one's been going around a lot lately. I can't decide if I actually like the pattern. I don't know. It's just calling to me for some weird reason. So I had to get this. Also, Hoity Toity. Oh man, there's a version of Hoity Toity out there that I have I think I have a screenshot of, that the color, oh my god, it is gorgeous. Honestly, it's stunning. And I really want to get that one too. My problem is that I paid I don't know how much for this pattern. Close to $30, over $20, but under $30, I think. And this is the most expensive pattern that I have in my stash right now. And I don't want to fill my hoard with a bunch of expensive patterns that I might never get to. So, being realistic, I'm like, yeah, right. I'm going to stitch all of this. Everything. I'm stitching it all, right? So, yeah, I haven't bought Hoity Toity. I love it. If I ever get word that they're going out of business or it's going to be discontinued for some reason, then I'll buy it. But for now, this is the only one I'm getting. So I chose number 53 variegated thread for this. It's like a deep blue. It's like a blue-gray and gray and not quite white, but a very, very, very light gray for this one. I was thinking of doing something more colorful, but then I thought, no, this is just gonna, I really like this one. This is also gonna be a maybe because I'm very excited to start this. So I also have this gorgeous piece of fabric that I dyed myself. It's a little bit darker than what it's picking up on camera, which I can't decide if this is the look I was going for or not. I don't know. I can't decide. So this is what it ended up looking like. I wanted more sections like this. Let me get right here where it has some white right here. I wanted more sections like that, but I was so afraid that when I rinsed this out that it was going to turn pink that I used too much dye. So now that I know that I made that mistake, it is what it is. I did put some, was it black or gray? I think I used black. Maybe it was gray. I don't know. I have a couple shades of gray, and I think I used the darkest one in here. So you can see I do have some white pieces on here that I'm pretty happy with. So I dyed this myself. This is 28 count even weave from Zweigart. And overall I'm pretty happy with it. This is what I'm going to use for Death by Cross Stitch. I was going to use 25 count, but I don't have any 25 count that's white. I do have some Lugana, but I'm kind of hoarding it. So maybe I might dye the Lugana and use that instead. I can't use this for any of these Praiseworthy Stitches ones because they have red in them and it won't look right. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to use this for the Death by Cross Stitch. And I'm thinking of doing this 2/1 10th stitch and see how it goes. I'm going to start a corner and go from there. And I think it's going to be, I don't know, it's either going to be this bottom left corner or the top right corner, because I feel like that just has the most detail. And we'll see. I don't know. I just hate working something up and then frogging it. I feel like if I started a certain way, I'm obligated to finish it that way just because I'm so stubborn. So definitely don't want to do 1/1 on this because it's just going to take too long. But it is 28 count, and I know with this type of, with this type of 28 count, I cannot do 2/1 full cross because it just doesn't work out for me. So there is that. So this is definitely maybe, because I want to start this like last month. So and these 3 are definitely maybes. I'm not going to leave them in here because they're too big. So I have Heaven and Earth Designs Fallen Angel by Michael Hayes. This is a not a mini. This is the one with 83 colors. You have to look specifically because every chart, not every chart, but a good majority of the Heaven and Earth Designs charts, they have 3 at minimum at different types, sometimes 4 or 5 different kinds. And this is one of the ones that had like 5 different ones. And you have to look at the picture. I would say like 99% of the Heaven and Earth Designs pictures, when you click on them to make them bigger, there's a second photo of what it looks like stitched. And you really look at the color. And a lot of the ones, the problem that I was having with the detail was right here. So in some of them, this was way too bright. And I knew automatically that those were out. I think there was 2 that were out. And then the supersized, that one's out. And then the max color, that one's out, because I'm not using 200 freaking colors in a chart. So this was the next best one that I was happy with what this looked like right here, because this was the problem area right here. So if I'm going to get a Heaven and Earth Designs chart, I always look at the mini first, because mini is just more obtainable. So it is what it is. But this is definitely going in my maybe chart. I haven't put any fabric in this yet, and honestly right now I'm not starting any new pieces in February. February is going to be no starts, hopefully, because I really want to finish my crochet project and what's that? Chopping Mall from Witchy Stitcher. So here's that Fallen Angel, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is mostly kitted as well. I just don't have the fabric, which is fine because I'm planning on using probably 28 count. Where's oh, it's back here. So you can see I've got a lot of the floss for it. I mean, you can see there's a good chunk of floss in here already. So, I mean, there is still some that I need, but this should be enough to start if and when. So this is definitely a maybe, because I want to start that one day when I get a wild hair up my ass. So another one is, I don't know, I could have sworn I ordered the floss for this, and when I got my floss order from 123 Stitch, it ended up being all the floss for Once Upon a Fairy Tale and none of the floss for Hazel's World. So another one that's going into maybe, because I probably want to start this soon, is Mini Hazel's World. This is one that I couldn't decide what I wanted to get because the detail in a mini, I don't think I have to explain to you guys about that. So ultimately I just decided to get the mini, and it just is more obtainable for me. I don't want to have a bunch of large pieces, and this is the size of Ada that I'm going to be working with for the mini. It's perfect size. I'm pretty sure this is a piece of 28 count, which I need to write it on here because I will forget. So this is 28 count, even weave right here. I just happen to have this perfect sized piece and it worked out. Leftover, I think this is from the Janessa head that I have. So that's definitely going into the maybes. So we're doing pretty good. I thought this was going to be harder. So this is one that I'm going to take out. It's one of my Joy Sundays. This is the River Views in Winter. And I think I'm going to have to take this one out because I have too many. And these are kind of like my whenever ones. And this one isn't very big, which is why I put it in. Oh yeah, it's not big at all. Like, this is it. It's not even folded completely in half. So, yeah, this is gonna have to go out the door because there's too much. And then I do have some 28 count that I'm going to be using for Once Upon a Fairy Tale or Fallen Angel. I just haven't got to it yet because I'm trying not to start anything new. So this is Once Upon a Fairy Tale that I don't have the pattern printed. So I will probably, I don't know if I'm gonna try using Pattern Keeper. I bought it and it is so slow on my phone that I loathe it right now. So I have a tablet and I think I'm gonna wipe the whole tablet clean and only have Pattern Keeper on there, and hopefully it works in an efficient way that it's not slow. It's really freaking slow and it freezes. Like every time I do something, it lags. And it's very frustrating. I don't want that. I want it to go seamlessly, which is why I have so many of these printed. All of my Heaven Art designs, I have them all in Pattern Keeper, but I can't use the damn thing. So, if I didn't already say, this is Once Upon a Fairy Tale. She is... probably 95% kitted with the floss. And I do have a piece of Even Weave that I'm going to use because right now I like Even Weave. Even Weave's my favorite so far. And again, I'm probably going to do this 2 over 1/10 stitch on these as well. I don't need very many floss, but the ones that I do need, I have at least one already here to start, and so it's gonna definitely get me through. It looks like I'm actually missing just one color that I don't have any at all. Oh, 2, 3. There's 3 colors that I don't have any. The rest of them, some of them call for like 3 or 4. I can see that I have at least one in this bag. Even, yeah. So there's only 3 that I don't have at all, which I don't think is gonna affect me starting this. You can see a ton of floss that I have in this bag. So yeah, this is most of what I ordered from Everything Cross Stitch, and then some of this was left from the stash that I bought online. Some of these, you can tell the packaging is a lot older. These are the ones that I had, and then all of this up here is stuff that I ordered from Everything Cross Stitch. And that one video that I told you guys I was irritated with for them. So this is going into the maybes because that's something that I want to start soon. And then, okay, so quick disclaimer, everything in the maybe is going to be stuff that's going to be included in the whip, like the whip part of the new starts, because I don't want to start 15 new starts. I'm only going to start maybe 7, and I already have the 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already have the 7. Those are the 7 that I know for a fact I'm not going to start before then, and mostly because, like, the letters, I need all the floss and the beads for those, and I don't want to order them right now. I'm going to try really hard to not really purchase anything in February that's not going to be on my list. I did sign up for Be Stitch Me's Fabric of the Month, and I did sign up for Victorian Motto Floss Club, and that's going to be it. I'm going to try really hard between now and May to only get the things that I need. Said every cross stitcher ever. So I also have, I don't think I have the photo of her. No. So I have 2 whips in this bin. Lost some of my tension in this. I have the Janessa whip, which you can't see. I have not made any progress at all because I haven't done it. I wanted to get her to show you guys what she looks like. This is from Hannah Lynn. And it is an older pattern, so it still says Hannah Disney. But this is what she looks like. And I've only done this very bottom corner. I don't know if you can see that tiny orb there in the corner. That is the tiny empty spot I have right here. That's the orb. So that's all I have done on that. She's definitely going into the whip part for May because I want to work on her. I don't remember. I definitely could have gotten a mini of her. I feel like anything by Hannah Lynn, you can do in a mini, and you're still going to get the same result because her images aren't so detailed that if you shrink it down, you're going to lose the detail. And so I have a lot of the floss for her. I did buy some of this from in my 1, 2, 3 stitch order too, so she's pretty kitted. I don't know what I have of hers that might still be missing. Where's her floss chart? What did I do with it? In here? Oh yeah. I didn't check off. So I'm gonna have to go through hers and check off the ones that I have and the ones that I don't have for her, because I didn't do that when I put the new pieces in here. So there's that. She's being a whip for Maynia for sure. And then I'm gonna choose the ones that I have in here as well. And then I also have, why is there no chart in here? What did I do? Oh. I was wondering why it was so floppy. So I also have Library Fairies also going into the whip for Maynia section because she's gorgeous and I want to finish her. I found a gorgeous piece. When I first got this, I thought this was all stitched, and then I realized that up here, tiny, it says no background. So it's kind of even better because it's less stitching. So I found this gorgeous piece of fabric from, I think, Crafty Kitten. I had her on a hoop, so I hope that I can get these creases out, and I'm going to move her to a Q-snap. So I did start her. I have like 10 stitches. I have about 10 stitches of this gorgeous like blue-green color. There's been a lot of blue-green colors today, so this is a gorgeous piece of fabric. I did a floss toss. I think it's going to be mostly okay. There's a ton of teal in her though, that I have some of the floss here already. This is the project bag that's just not working out. I honestly think I'm going to do something different with the bobbin part. I think I'm going to cut it out and re-sew it onto something else, something stiff. That way I can put it in a project bag. Or I can't quite fold it in half because there's an odd number of things because there's 5 rows, so that won't work. But can you guys see all of the floss that I have in here? Uh-oh. What? What did it get stuck on? Is that a piece of floss or is that something else? Yep, it was a piece of floss. So lots of teals and blues and greens. But I did the floss toss and I feel like they still show up enough. This is one of the ones that I felt like might be a problem. This one, I don't know. But I think for the most part, I think we're going to be okay. I don't think there's going to be enough of those colors to, like, where she's going to get lost in the thing. So I have everything for her. I think I have most of her colors too. Oh my gosh, I didn't check anything off on this one either. So I'm going to have to go through and check off on her too when I start her. So there is her. I have been just folding these edges because they're too big and it's kind of uncomfortable. So that also needs to be set up on floss cards because it's too much. All right, had to take a break. I don't think you guys are in quite the same spot that you were, but it is what it is. So we're making good progress on this. This is my binder that is already full of patterns, most of them hemming in their designs. So we have gotten very far on this. So I forgot to write on here that I also need the floss for, what was it? Oh, I need the floss for Gwen. Okay, so I have those. I do want to get more of the Bewitching Pixies, by the way, too. And then I showed you guys Janessa, right? And the Library Fairy. So those are two things that I don't know if I'm going to keep them in the Maynia bin or if I'm going to put them away. So I'm just trying to like narrow down because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts me at exactly 7, but I have plenty of other whips. So I think we're just going to narrow down the new starts and keep it at that. And then as we get closer to May, I think I'm going to do another video narrowing down the 7 whips that are going to ultimately end up going on my wheel to spin for. So something else that's probably going to be in the whip is so I'm seriously considering putting the Mario one in because I haven't worked on it. It was the actual first cross stitch chart that I actually started. Full cross, not like counted cross stitch chart that I started. And so I think I'm going to toss this in there as well. I've only gotten done this bottom portion down here because I started in the blue because I knew it was going to be a pain in the butt. And I know you guys are upside down. I apologize, but it's nothing to see. So my goal for this year was to finish 1 page on the Mario pattern. I have the whole pattern in here. I think altogether it was 12 pages or it says 7 pages. So this just feels like more than 7 pages. I don't know. This definitely feels like more than 7 pages. So I'm not sure. Oh, they are because they were 2 separate files. So I think it's about 14, 15 pages. So my goal was to get a full page done on this, on my vision board. I have, oh, I don't even have this on there, but that's my goal. I have, my vision board is a whole nother thing, you guys. So I have on full coverage pieces for the most part, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 full coverage pieces on my vision board that I have a whole page finish that I want a page finish for in those. And it's kind of like, this is 15 pages. If I only dedicate 1 page a year to this, it's going to take me about 15 years to do this piece. And that's not what I want. So it's definitely something that I need to take a step back and reconsider because I don't want to spend 15 years on a project. I don't even want to spend 2 years on a project. I want everything done like, I don't know, within like the first year or 2 of when I get the pattern. And so
Oh, I don't know. That's unrealistic. It really is. Because there's more patterns in the world that I like that I will never have time to stitch. So it is what it is. So that's my goal. So this is probably going to be one of my whips. I'm considering adding the Emerald City one because it is gorgeous. My only thing is that I really want the Mrs. Sadis floss, and it's like about $50 some to have it shipped to me. But it's gorgeous. The floss conversion that she did for this is gorgeous. So I want that. This one, I just happy to have it. Amanda and Axel, I don't plan on starting that. This one, probably not. It's gorgeous, but I'm probably not going to be starting it. And then Autumn Magic, I plan on starting this before May, hopefully, if my floss comes in, because Chinese New Year was in like the end of January or something. And so I don't know how it works, but I know a lot of Chinese companies. I've been ordering from AliExpress for years, and every time New Year comes, they're like, oh, well, it's New Year, so we have 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off. So I ordered these flosses over a week ago. They haven't shipped yet, and they're not going to ship for like another week. So hopefully I'll get those relatively quickly. And this is one that I want to start pretty soon too, because it's gorgeous. And then this is more Autumn Magic because it was so big. And then of course we have the Letters from Hogwarts. We can't forget that. I only have, I don't think I have a piece of the, what it's supposed to look like in here. But he's releasing a part every other month, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, if I just kept up with it, I would be caught up and stopped like bouncing all around all over the place. So that's going to be something that I want to do as well. It's not on my vision board, but I do want to do it. I may end up actually even taking, because I had Hazel's World on my vision board, so I think I might take off Hazel's World and put in Letters from Hogwarts. And I actually didn't put this on my vision board either, but I've had it in my mind, so I need to get this on there too. Because I want to get 9 cross-stitch projects done, and then supplement also diamond paintings and crochet projects for my stitch 10 and 20. I'm hoping to get more than 10, but my goal is to have a minimum of 10. I've already finished one diamond painting this year, which isn't, I didn't start it this year. I started it last year, months ago, and I finished it in January. I finished it last week, I think it was. So that's amazing, you know, in and of itself, because I still had quite a bit to go, but I finished it. So there's just too many things, you guys. I know I'm not the only one who fits on this. I was talking to my husband yesterday, and he was like, are you ever going to finish any of this stuff? He's like, why don't you quit starting projects and just finish something? I told him, you know what? I have finished a bunch of things, because I've made a bunch of these project bags. I finished a diamond painting. I've finished a bunch of crochet pieces. Oh my god, I found my ruler. Oh, you guys, I was looking. Let me show you. I was looking for this for like an hour yesterday. And my husband came in here and he's like, I didn't touch it. And I told him, John, you can't miss the freaking ruler. It's silver, metal. It's got cork on the back. It's big. This is 18 inches. I told him there's no way you could fucking miss it. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because every time he comes in here, he's always picking stuff up and like slapping me on the butt with it. And that's what he was doing with this. And I just found it like this on top of my books. So that's why I didn't see it, because this blends in. Anyway, completely squirreled. But yeah. So I don't know, you guys. Also, a lot of these Heaven and Art design kits that I have, I'm gonna start them doing tent stitch, especially because they're full coverage, and I think most of them I plan on doing them on 28 count. And so I feel like the tent stitch is going to make my stitches go by a lot quicker because I'm doing half the work. So that's something as well. And yeah, you guys, so there you have it. That's really it. That leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So far 8, 9, 10. That leaves me about 12 other pieces to choose from for May. Now, that would mean that whatever the other 7 that I choose have to be projects that I've already started. So if for some reason, like these 2, if for some reason I don't have any of these 3, basically, if I don't have these 3 started, then that's going to be okay, because I have plenty of other whips that I can put in there. I think I have the cat, I have the house, I have the scenery. I think I have 4 of the Joy Sunday kits already started as well, and I'd like to incorporate at least 2 of them in the 7 that I have. So, and I also have 2 Joy Sunday finishes on my vision board as well. So there's that. And then, yeah, I might have to do some restructuring, because I put this as a finish for this year because I don't have a lot of Christmas stuff. So this might be something that I actually start a lot sooner, because I don't have a lot of Christmas decorations, and I love decorating, but the past 2 years I spent most of my budget buying Halloween decorations, and we're pretty tapped out in Halloween decorations. Like, we have a ton of Halloween decorations. So next year, probably no Halloween decorations, and I'm gonna probably just go straight to Christmas. So I think this Winter at Sugar Hill is gonna take priority over the 2 Halloween ones. I just love them so much that I want to start them. So, you know, these I'm gonna actually switch my bins out, because my Q-snaps don't fit in my other bins. So this big bin that I showed you guys is actually going to be my whip bin, and then the other bin that I have is going to be my Maynia consideration pieces. So I have all of these to consider. So for now, these are going to still stay in the possibility of Maynia pieces, but that doesn't mean that I can't start them, and I'm going to divide them up, because these are ones that I can start before May without any like repercussions, except for these 2, because I don't have any floss for these. But the rest of these I do have the floss for. I have the floss for all those. What did I do with Hazel's World? Did she go to the new starts? Where did she go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's Hazel's World? Did I put her back? Sugar, this. Did she fall? Oh yeah, she fell. I knew I was missing a piece. Oops. I hope I didn't shift you guys too much. So, yeah. These are going to be pieces that I more than likely for sure start, because I have them kitted completely to start. And these other 3, I don't have any of the floss for these, so they might not even make it to Maynia. Who knows? They might be something to do later. And my goal is to, whatever I start in Maynia, I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the year. But like Long Dog Samplers, I don't see me finishing that. And I don't see me finishing the Heaven and Earth, in the Fallen Angel, because she's a full size. If Hazel's World makes it to Maynia, I will put her into my finishes, because she is small. And let me see. Oh, I also put that I want to finish a whole page of the beaded cross stitch that I have. So there's that as well too. But that actually works up really quickly. So, okay. These are going to go into... yeah, these are all going to be back to the Maynia. But these in the front are going to be whips. Possible whips. And then all of my ones that I'm going to wait just start until actual Maynia. So I do have 7 new start pieces for Maynia. So there's those. And then, yeah, that's it. Okay, you guys, this video freaking ridiculously long. And I have all 7 of my pieces picked out for new starts. And then I'm going to do, I gotta check how many days are in May. And then I will do another video closer to May to narrow down my whips, because I don't know what I'm going to start between now and then, and it'll narrow down what whips I'm going to be adding into my wheel. Okay, you guys, I'm going to organize this. I'm going to get a good thumbnail, and I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much, and, you know, nobody watches. So, oh, I almost forgot. Those of you guys that stuck through to the very end, congratulations, because you now have a chance to win a giveaway. So I'm not going to tell you guys where this is going to be, but this video, I'm hoping to get this video up pretty soon. And let's see, because we're already in February, and I know this is kind of late to start this project, but I probably will not ever start this. So we're gonna give away the My Valentine from the Drawn Thread, and let's see, it is it's 43 stitches by 148 stitches. This calls for 34 count cafe au lait, and it is 9 by 15 on 34 count. So actually I have never even opened this pattern. It came in a lot that I purchased, I think off of either Mercari or eBay, not sure. And let's see, it was originally, it has a barcode on the bottom for 10 bucks. I got this in a lot for probably the same price. So I just, not a big Valentine's person. I will not be stitching this, and I don't want to hang on to it. So if you're interested in winning the Be My Valentine kit or pattern, just comment below that you want to stitch Be My Valentine, and I will give 3 days after this video goes up to pick a winner, and it will be announced in the Flosstube video after this, or the next Flosstube video that goes up after this. So, yep. Just say that you want to stitch Be My Valentine. If for some reason I draw the winner after 3 days, all the entries will be allowed. I don't see that being a problem. So, yeah. All right, you guys. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.